Hello guys, Zach here once again bringing you the second game between CNS Grunt and CNS LF, also known as Halen, and this is the finals of the L Clan something or another tournament for $10,000. And I think what happened was at the start of the tournament each player got given one civilization and they had to play with that civilization throughout the tournament, hence why CNS Grunt here is playing as Vikings again, and Halen down to the south in blue playing as Huns once again as well. We all know that Huns kind of do have the advantage in the land map against Vikings. However, for Grunt at least, this is not a land map. This map does have a lot of water, and Grunt could use his water superiority to a great advantage in this case. We'll have to wait and see how it goes down. And we saw last game Halen got very aggressive early on, and I don't know if that's his regular playstyle. I've not really watched enough of his games, but we may see something along those lines again. We will certainly see some kind of water action, I imagine, and as we can see, Halen going out to the left to build a dock on this peninsula right here, and the same for Grunt as well, pretty much at the same time. Halen just getting his up a little bit earlier than Grunt's there, both building some fishing ships before they get up to the feudal age. We'll probably see a feudal age time around 8 or 9 minutes, and that should happen very shortly if we're just watching Halen right now. Ooh, Grunt just lost his scout there. That's a little bit unfortunate for him. He doesn't know where Halen is though, but he doesn't have that much map visibility. He scouted his side though, which is great for him. I think LF will be up to the feudal age pretty quickly now. He's got this boar here, once he's garrisoned the food from that, and he's got these fishing ships as well, so he will be up to the feudal age. Just now 8-9 minutes exactly for him, and Grunt is a little bit further behind. I don't know whether that means his economy is slightly better, but to me it looks like it's a little bit messed up. Not sure if he's doing a completely, oh my bad, we're looking at the wrong person. I don't know if he's doing a completely solid build here. He does look a little bit messy, I've got to say, from the start. Villagers all over the place bumping into each other, but what can you do, eh? He is going to be making some galleys once he gets up to the feudal age, but Halen is going to reach the feudal age first, and judging by the amount of wood he's gathering, he is going to go into galleys quite nicely. 3 villagers over to gold mine here, so he will be producing a few galleys from this dock. That's something to watch out for. And I see a few specks of blue going across the map, which does mean that Halen is going to be going to build a forwards. Not sure if Grunt really anticipated that, but he is starting to wall off, and once again Grunt doesn't have the best of maps. He does have gold at the front, which is a little bit unfortunate for him, as if you've got gold at the front you really don't want to be forwarded, as it can really put too much pressure on and you'll struggle to collect the gold you need, and that is what Halen is doing. He is forwarding with this barracks right here, and he is going to be into the feudal age in just a tick. There we go, and as we can see, galleys coming out of this dock. Grunt is just turning feudal now, and he too making galleys. Does look like Halen is going to gain a little advantage here, but Grunt, he should, as a Viking, be able to produce quite a few galleys, and if he throws another dock up, he may, at the back here as we can see, he may just be able to hold off on the water. And as you can see, he's double walling at the front as well, which does mean that he is looking to try and get water control, harass Halen from the water, and protect himself on land just by these walls here. It could work out very nicely for him. I don't think there's a gap in these trees right here, so he can't just get through. And Halen very nicely with a watchtower there, preventing Grunt from gathering gold. This is a big problem because Grunt can't gather gold from here, or he may be able to reach the top of these gold piles here, but it's going to be hard for him to get gold now, and it turns out this isn't actually closed, and LF can get straight in. So Grunt is going to really regret not walling this now, as spearmen do come streaming in. He does have a couple of galleys, he's creating more, and Halen is sending more over to him, but this is where the action is at, and this is not what Grunt wanted to happen. Grunt was hoping for a water war, and he was hoping that that would be the case, but it's not, because he didn't wall properly, and Halen here did build this watchtower over the gold, so he's unable to build a lot of galleys, having to throw up a watchtower in defense, and at least that is going to secure his stone mine here. He's going to get that one up very nicely indeed, but this is really going to delay Grunt's eco. My bad for not refreshing the scores there. Grunt's eco is really going to be damaged from this, and Halen is just going to lose a couple of men, but he's done the damage already. Grunt is no longer gathering gold, and Halen is. He's got quite a bit of gold coming in, which does mean he'll be able to make more galleys. and those galleys will be able to take out the fishers of Grunt, and once Grunt loses his fishing ships, he's really going to struggle a lot. And Halen here just taking some of Grunt's forward stone. Grunt is going to have to take some stone as well if he needs to build another watchtower, which is going to be the case, I believe. And this is really not looking good for Grunt right now. If he was able to wall this properly, he may have been in with a better chance, and he may have been able to hold LF off on the land and focused on the water, which is, I'm sure, what he wanted to do. He's probably going to be able to clean this up very nicely, and neither of them with fletching yet, so I imagine we'll see that soon from Halen, because he is using archers, so he will want some kind of attack bonus for them. Grunt is really going to need to get an archery range, but he's got no wood. He needs an archery range to make some skirmishes. That would be a real help for him. And oh god, Halen is just getting right into his base. It's not looking good at all. He's just, all of his eco is focused here. If this was to go down, then he's so screwed. There's like, his whole eco is in this little area, and that is not good, because first of all, the villagers are going to be bumping. Second of all, he's got idle villagers here anyway. He's probably focused on what the hell is going on over here. At least he's got some kind of water control at the least. He doesn't have a market though, which means he can't really sell off any excess resource, and he's finally getting an archery range up at the back to make some skirmishes, but he's feeling very threatened and very pushed right now. He has got enough stone for another watchtower. He's going to need 25 wood for that though, and he's got plenty of wood collectors, so he should be okay. But as you can see, these guys are really bumping into each other, which is a real hassle. LF, Halen, still with a lot of gold collectors. He's going to be able to keep the pressure on. His eco is very nicely balanced indeed, and he has got the ideal eco just to keep pushing and keep the pressure on. And another watchtower going up for Halen here. Looks like Grunt is going to be able to get his up first in defense. Yeah, that is going to go up, I think, before. And yeah, Halen just cancelling that one out, retreating his villagers, and he is going to be absolutely fine with them for the time being. Maybe able to pick off a villager here. There's one gone, and maybe another. No, he's going to retreat before that watchtower goes up. A blacksmith going up for Grunt at last, as Halen does now have +1 defense, +1 armor on his archers. He is sneaking around the back as well, and I think Grunt is going to have a real job defending against this. As I say, his whole eco is here. A couple of archers in this position could really screw him over, and I imagine that will happen at some point. I don't think LF would leave that opportunity there. Coming forward once again with another watchtower, Grunt is trying to reclaim his gold, and if he can do that, then he will at least have some more chance in this game. He is able to produce a few skirmishes, which is kind of useful for him. These skirmishes, of course, are able to pick off these archers. He doesn't have +1 defense or attack yet though, which is a little bit of a problem for him. And getting this watchtower up, he is able to defend himself a little bit more, going to be able to protect this all important area. As you can see, idle villagers not being able to collect properly because there's just not enough tree line to get them all working, really having to scrunch up his eco and all of his buildings into one little area, which is not what you want at all. Archers coming around the side from Halen now. He may put a watchtower here, which in that case would really screw Grunt over, or he may even bring his archers over just to put the pressure on. Not sure where he's going with these guys at all. And the water, well, at least Grunt does still have his fishing ships. That is something. And he is trying to put some pressure onto Halen on this side. I don't know if he took any fishing ships out, but he's only down to 1 galley. And if Halen does come up here, start picking off his fishing ships, then it really is GG for Grunt. He is starting to catch up though in the scores. He's only 300 behind right now, which is very good for him. He's continuing to get some skirmishes out, and let's see if LF, yeah, Halen's on the way up to the Castle Age, which is going to be a real pain in the ass for Grunt if he does reach that. He will, of course, be able to plonk some stables down, run some knights in. He will be able to upgrade to crossbowman, and that is going to be hard to deal with when you're only in the feudal age, which is what Grunt is, and it looks like he is going to be a way away from the Castle Age right now. It's a shame really how many idle villages he's got. He needs to get them working, and yeah, in comes some galleys from Halen, which are going to pick off these fishing ships very slowly but very surely, and that is going to be a pain in the ass. And LF, Halen just throwing up this watchtower here, going to really harass this over this wood camp over here. Grunt has got enough stone for another watchtower, and he will have to put one up. If this one goes up here, he's going to be in a real pickle. And of course, 2 stables going up on the outside for Halen. Halen is going to reach the Castle Age in just a sec, and this is a real, yeah, Grunt resigning right there. I was going to say, this is a real pain for Grunt to deal with. He just, unfortunately, he didn't have the civilization for it. And Halen did the right thing. He towered Grunt's gold. Grunt wasn't able to get this tower down, which consequently meant he couldn't get any gold, which meant he couldn't take advantage of his water bonus and attack Halen's economy from the water. Of course, if he did manage to take out these fishing ships, he could have got himself back into the game. He would have, of course, been able to put some galleys at the back here, pick off these villagers at the wood camp, put some more here, pick off villagers everywhere. He would be able to pick off villagers if he had the important galleys that he did. Unfortunately, he didn't wall properly. He only realised his mistake there with that palisade, and Halen did get in, really start to put the pressure on, and I think this watchtower was probably the most crucial building in the game, preventing Grunt from gathering gold, and of course Grunt's mistake with the palisade cost him. He could have won it otherwise, but unfortunately, he made a couple of mistakes there that really did cost him. So I gotta thank you guys for watching. This was a best of 3 finals in the in the El Clan Cup, which was played a long while ago now. 2002 these games were. And yeah, we'll bring you more. Chris played in the semi-finals for this, so I think I'll show you those games next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.